Today's video is all about why it's so challenging to get into the momentum of achieving your goals and achieving your mission and achieving the things that you're wanting to. So my name is Bianca. I'm a high performance leadership coach, and I help high achieving women that are dysregulated become regulated so that they can live, lead, impact, and live out their desires in their calling. So today we're going to talk all about why. Why is it so challenging for us to actually follow through with what it is that we're wanting to do? So when it comes to the word follow through, a lot of words come up for me. Procrastination, perfectionism, just overwhelm, burnout, like white knuckling things through it, making things happen, like systemic things that are happening in the world, decolonization, all these words come up. So I want to start off with why. We think it's because we're lazy, it's because we procrastinate, it's because we're perfectionists, it's because we're tired, it's because whatever, we're burnt out. When in reality, a big part of it is our nervous systems are literally talking to us all the time. You know, God is talking to us and Spirit's talking to us, right? But on top of that, our nervous system is constantly saying, hey, I'm maxed out, or hey, I'm trying to help you understand that you're in a fight response or a flight response or a freeze response or a fawn response, which I'll talk about. But if we aren't listening to the signals of our body, if we're not listening to the signals of our mind, if we're not noticing our patterns, we will not follow through on our dreams. So baseline, if there's a leopard or a cheetah or a lion or a buffalo or something is chasing us, right? You know, I gotta go ahead and talk about the actual things from my in-social space. But anyways, if those things are not like, so if those things are chasing us, what would you do? You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna talk about this a lot. What would you actually do? You would run away. You would run away, you would play dead, you would fight, you would do all those things. You'd be ready to get it, ready to attack, ready to make things happen, right? Something that simple, we do not correlate to our realities and things shifting and us leaping or jumping into new levels of things. We do not make that connection of that is what is happening to our nervous system. Our nervous system is thinking the leopard or the lion or the buffalo or whatever is chasing us and is going to kill us. So if that's the case, if we don't tell it, hey, this is a simulation, not a simulation. This isn't real. Like whatever you're thinking, that's not a lion or a leopard. That thing's not going to kill me. If you don't actively tell your brain that, if you don't actively tell your brain that if you are living in alignment with your calling, if you're living your dream, if you're trying to reprogram things, if you're trying to uplift, if you're trying to live in a different way, if you're trying to really bring these things to fruition, if you don't tell your brain that this thing is not going to kill me, this thing is not going to hurt me, this thing is not going to attack me, then it's going to keep thinking that until you tell it that, okay? So different ways that this shows up when it comes to following through. Let's say an example. So when it comes to the Nilotic Sanctuary, for the longest time, it was like dibble-dabbling, going back and forth between, do I do this, do I do that, do I create this, do I create that, whatever. How do I do this? How do I balance coaching with music, with children, with partner, with life, with everything. Family, with community, with everyday world, with myself. How do you balance all this, right? And so my measurement in my head was you follow through with everything, right? Not realizing that this leopard was showing up. This tiger was showing up to tell me, hey, we don't think this is safe. We're just trying to protect you. Me not realizing, oh, they're just trying to say that they're just trying to protect me and keep me safe. So I start reacting, right? I start tapping into the energy of, this isn't really a thing. This isn't real reality. Like, I'm going to keep reacting in my fight response, where I feel like I'm bucking and fighting and nucking people, all that stuff. One, or I'm gonna fly away, not fly away literally, like I'm going to like just retreat. I'm just gonna be like, oh, no, 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 we're not doing this, nope, 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 nope. Flight, I learned, does not just mean that you're running away from something. It literally means like I'm just like even being stonewalled or just disappearing or hiding in the shadows and trying to be invisible. That's also a flight response. That could be showing up with follow through. So not posting on here, not talking to y'all about, Panthera and Lace EQ, not communicating about the programs, not communicating about the reality, just like flighting in general because of burnout, because of all the nervous system stuff, right? And then there's fawn. Fawning is like, oh, I'm just gonna do whatever everybody else wants me to do and I'm gonna people please. We don't be doing that no more, but that was like a big primary thing for me that I had to release. That I know that these are things that you guys are probably dealing with. So fight energy, flight energy, fawning, response, or people pleasing, and then freeze. Freezing is also another thing where you just freeze. You're just like, I'm just checking out. I'm just watching Netflix. I'm just not doing the thing. That's another thing that happens. Sometimes we get burnout and freeze confused because we think that we're burnt out, but we're really in freeze mode. And so all of those things, we all usually have like different flavors of that, right? So whenever you're a high achieving woman and you're like, oh, I have this goal, I want this, and we've been taught this is how you do it. Of course, once those things start creeping in and becoming the leopard or the tiger or whatever, they start appearing. You have to train them in order for you to follow through with your goals and your dreams and whatever you're trying to do. You literally have to train these parts of you and tell them, hey, we're so glad that you're here and we want you here. We do not want you to go away because you actually are there to protect us in real life. But like this one over here, this is not, this is the dream. Like this is the actual thing that we want. Like this over here is safe. And I'm going to keep telling you that it's safe until you understand that, right?